Okay, sorry about that. I had planned on ending this soon, but because I still have a fairly robust audience, I'll go ahead and continue for a while longer. For those watching this on YouTube later, well, you get a extra hour or two maybe of the game. No, there is a mod out there that allows you to flatten land. I don't have it. I'm only running the one mod, the Colonial Charter mod. And I see we got our first student while I was away. But I did see something that allowed you to flatten land. Now, I don't know if it's something that just allows you like a tool to just flatten and or raise land in game, or if it's a profession that does it. I don't know. I haven't really looked at it, but I do know there's something out there. Or you could just download the train pack, and there's one that's called, one of the trains in it is plains, and I assume it's all pretty much level ground. The train pack that I was looking at had volcanic, swampy, plains, hills, and flooded, I think, were the 5 terrains in the terrain pack. And a huge map size as well added, which was, I forget how much they said it was, 10 times the size of the large map or something like that. Try to fill a map that size with a population. Okay, so we have our first student. We're up to, hey, looky here, we're up to 30 people in the village. Okay, let's check our trade post out. We have 50 and 50. Okay, there's the trade values. So the herbs are 4, the iron tools are 8. I think the steel tools are 15 maybe, which we're not ready for yet. However, what are we ready for? We have 5 laborers. Let's go ahead and make a full-time tailor for now. I don't need the builder right now, so they'll be just general labor. We've got 84. So yeah, we're getting close to 100 logs income from the foresters. I could double that with by adding 2 foresters to the lodge as well, but I'm not going to worry about that. So so we have 200, we have 400, we have 600 worth of trade value. We don't have enough to trade for anything over there. Ugly. Now that's bad luck. That is bad luck. They shouldn't starve with food in the stockpile. They should go to the stockpile. I've seen them, and I've seen them do it in vanilla as well. They go to the stockpile, grab a piece or 2 of food, eat it. But they will starve if they're, because they can't carry a lot of food. They don't carry a lot of food. They just grab enough to eat. Now I do remember in early vanilla, I do remember them going to the stockpile and just idling outside of the stockpile, but that was fixed in one of the early type patches. It wasn't the first patch or anything, but it was fixed in one of the patches so that they actually but I do remember in my first couple runs watching what they would do is it would be a gatherer. They would gather food, they would take it to the barn, they'd be starving, and they'd sit there outside the barn like looking wistfully at the barn like they wish they could grab some food and eat it, but they wouldn't. I do remember that before that behavior got patched. So I'm going to need, of course, the herbalist is still gathering herbs, and the blacksmith is still making tools. I actually have survived the winter with a surplus of firewood and logs, albeit a small amount of logs. So that's good. Looks like that aspect has stabilized as well. Let's go ahead and start grabbing some of the stone and iron from down here as well, and might as well grab these trees too. I should have just grabbed a chunk of them. Give my laborers something to do for a little while. our food is still steady at 600 at the close to the end of the year, so it's creeping up very slowly. Our surpluses, so we're still actually gaining food each year. One more house will trip us to either the even or the slightly lower, and we still do have a we've got a 49 and a 42, a 43, couple 43-year-olds, couple 42-year-olds. So here in another 2 years, we're probably going to start losing people due to old age, 2 to maybe 3 years of game time, which will be around year, I'm going to say the end of year 8, we're going to start losing people to old age probably. I still haven't decided exactly where I want the graveyard. Of course, if I build the church, I was going to build the market here. I was going to say, if I build the church here in the middle, then I could put this graveyard right next to it. Nope, we just ran out of firewood. But we still have logs. Nope, we have firewood again. Late winter. But yeah, essentially we're through the year. I think I'll bump the fuel up to 125. 100 was pretty close to enough to survive the year. I think firewood sells okay at the traders as well. So I might actually, if I have enough of a wood income here in the next year, I might do that. I have to decide what building to build next. I think, okay, we're going to do the house. We know that. We still only have one student. No, we have 2 students now. Just became a student in 6. So we've got about 2 years before we get our, about 6 seasons before we get our first educated children. Educated adults, I mean, for generation 3. 27-year-old laborer, 20-year-old laborer. Another couple students coming of age soon. Fisherman up near the fishing hut, good. Laborer standard, builder student, okay. Woodcutter near the wood lot, teacher near the school. So yeah, their AI for where they locate themselves is pretty good. Their furthest is a gatherer. I think we're going to go ahead and build a house over here. Near the trade yard and where the farms will eventually be. Okay, it's springtime, so we're going to go ahead and actually build our house. So the trader will eventually be able to move over here maybe. And again, the farms will be over there once we're able to build farms. We're getting close to the point where I can think about upgrading some of the houses to stone houses as well. Got a bunch of iron and stone being harvested out here, so we're good there. Wood still is our, we got 104 logs out of our foresters in that in a full year, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I built myself a, this mod has specialty stockpiles. So when you open your stockpile, there's a specialty stockpile. You can build a wood-only stockpile, a stone-only stockpile, a firewood stockpile, an iron stockpile, and a coal stockpile. And that's all that will get put in those stockpiles. So I have a specialty wood stockpile up here. Yes, that's exactly it. So you go through firewood less quick. And they have to return, just like upgrading from a leather coat to a wool coat. They stay warmer longer while they're out working, so they don't have to run back to the house to get warm as quick. And of course, there's also the full coat and the dress coat now as well in the game with this mod. Some of the items that were put in. Yep, very useful, and it's something I like doing fairly early. And I might have done it already had I not lost those people early and been scrambling just to keep enough wood to build the things that I needed. I had to get to school. You definitely want to use an educated workforce because they're more efficient. That's why I said between year one or between my first generation and second generation, I'm going to suffer a loss of efficiency. So instead of gathering 300 venison in a year, one hunter might end up getting 240 or something like that. Instead of 3 gatherers getting 1,800 food or whatever this is, they might only get 1,500. So I'm going to have a loss of efficiency between the first and second generation, and I always try to get to school as early as possible. It keeps the children from entering the labor force as quickly because they have to be at least... I'm pretty sure I've seen some students graduate at 17, but usually it's at least 18, so you're losing 2 full years from their age of 10 to 18, and some of them I've seen go as late as 23 before they graduate. So you do lose them from the workforce for that period of time, but once you have a steady supply of students going into the school, students graduating from the school, you don't lose anything, and you actually gain because of the efficiency gain. Yeah, I usually will get maybe half of my houses to stone, but save on the rest of them until I actually have a quarry built. And the quarry's on my mind is something to build in the near future, but I'm not quite ready yet. So I'm going to build mines here and here, 1 iron and 1 coal here. I've already got these fitted, which means my cemetery is probably got to be up here. Could just put it in the center of town, or the center of this square, since I'm not growing too much to the north here. I have plenty of room for some houses here. And maybe I'll put the cemetery in this corner here and the church next to it. That sounds like a plan. Cemetery also takes a fair chunk of stone. Wow, look at all these deer over here. I need a hunter's lodge right here in the middle. Reserve of logs is low. Why is the reserve of logs low? I'm not building anything. This here? If you're talking about this, I'm thinking of putting one of the new storage, the bank barn, somewhere in here if I can fit it. I got to figure out exactly how to fit it in. I might have to take the road down right here. Yeah, I could put it right there if I took the road down. See if I can fit it up here. Probably. This is one of the new buildings in the mod as well. Yeah, the only place I could do it is right here if I took that road down. So I might use this for something else. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's one of the reasons I have this. The cemetery, when people die and are buried in a cemetery, it makes the rest of the citizens a little bit happier, knowing that they're going to have some place to rest when they die, rather than just be left out on, wherever they happen to keel over. So you'll see people visiting the cemetery, and that'll increase their happiness. Yeah, gonna have to think about this because I was planning on building this bank barn here, but it looks like I'd have to. I guess I could build it right there and still have room for a church and cemetery. Right there. And still have room for the church and cemetery. Look at the materials. 198 logs and 48 stone, 27 iron. But its storage capacity is huge compared to the normal barn. Yes. Once we get, well, we're not going to get another laborer anytime soon. We're up to 4 students. Our first student, and we have another one going into school here shortly. Our first student doesn't graduate for another 6-ish seasons. But I think the next step for building is, or next laborer goes into the food resources, probably as a hunter, to have a slightly better income of leather and obviously more food as well. We ended the season, the winter, at about 600 food, so we'll take a look at the end of this winter. I suspect that when we build our next house, that our food supply is going to be dropping a little bit. I need to put the market in. The market's going to go in this corner as well. I'm not ready for that yet, and I'm not really sure if I need it. Once I build that barn, the bank barn, I can actually tear this barn down and build something else in this area. Apiary, that's what I was going to build. The next, when I have some more laborers available. So one is go into the Hunter's Lodge. The second graduate I will build an apiary. And it looks like our food and our herbs is maxed out again, so we're going to change our inventory here. Bring half of them over here. And we'll have 100 of each of these over here for sale. That'll be 1,200 trade value, which again isn't going to get us much yet. I think you need 2,500 trade value for any of the seed. I don't know about any of the new crops. We'll take a look when the merchants come in and see what. On the hard difficulty, you don't start with any seeds. At the lower difficulties, yes, you would start with some sort of seeds, and I'd start with farming maybe. Farming's not the most efficient thing to start off with right away. So probably what I would do if I started at, say, the moderate difficulty and started with 1 crop seed, I would build my gatherers. Early on, your gatherer is your best source. I'd build a gatherer, have 2 gatherers, 1 fisherman, and either 1 fisher or 1 hunter. Probably hunter, just so that you get that leather as well. And then with my first batch of, after my 4th or 5th laborer grew up, that's when I'd start thinking about putting that first crop field down. But the crop isn't the most efficient way to start. It ties up a laborer, and it takes a full 4 seasons for a crop to be harvestable. So you lose out on a lot of productivity in that first year. So I'd probably look at maybe early 2nd year putting a crop field down. But on the hard difficulty, you don't start with any seeds. Oh, we did start another house over here. I forgot I started that, and I do have a builder. Okay. Yeah, the harder difficulty, the hard difficulty, the highest difficulty, you don't start with any. I don't know about the earlier. If one gives you, what is it, 3 difficulty levels? Easy, normal, hard, I think. Normal gives you some crop. The easy might give you more crop seeds available at the start, and obviously more people available at the start as well, I presume. So I think the very first time I ran the game, I ran it at normal difficulty just to get a feel for it, but after that I went to hard. Start out small. So I'm hoping that the first trader that comes through, speaking of which, do we have a trader on the river yet? Sometimes now it used to be every spring they came through, but the last I was it one I was playing or one I was watching, my trader was coming through in the autumn or winter, and it wasn't every year, so I don't know if there's no trader. Oh, there he is, trader on the river. Here it is, late summer. The trader's starting to come by. Okay, so hopefully he'll have something useful for me. I don't know that I have enough to buy unless I threw some iron and stone at him. Firewood sells okay. I've got a slight surplus. Let's move just a little bit of the firewood over. I don't want to move a lot. I think firewood's only 2 each. Yeah, this is the first full year the trader's been up. It was up part of the last year, but yeah, there is a trader en route, so yeah, I think firewood's only worth 2 each, so it really isn't worth bringing over. I don't have any spare coats. Herbs are being brought over. Tools are being brought over. I don't want to bring any food over yet because I might end up not being able to buy anything from this trader. Log, stone, iron. I might be able to sell some iron. I have plenty. I have no idea what the trade value is. Let's just bring a small amount of iron over just so I can get a feel for the trade value. Bring 25. I have enough spare right now, and there's plenty of ground iron around still. And I have laborers probably not doing much of anything, so let's go ahead and replenish the iron that I just got, and we'll grab some more stone as well. That stockpile slowly replenishing, and I have wood. I actually have spare wood. Wow. I've actually managed to stabilize wood and firewood as well. Here comes the trader. Now the one thing I don't know is if the trader ever hits the little tributaries, which is why the last game that I played, I don't think the trader probably ever hits these tributaries. I think you have to be on the main waterway, which is why the last game I played, I actually trekked halfway across the map just so I could be near the main river. Okay, hi trader. Look at him scull his way toward the dock here. Okay, what do we have? What do you have? Pumpkin and fruit cake. Fairly cheap. I am going to save my money. What was the iron worth? 5 each. So right now I have 1,200, 1,300 in trade value. I need to double that to get a seed, I do believe, and hope he adds seed. The next one has seeds. Yeah, I have my forester set to both replant and harvest. They're set to do both. That's why I picked this area, because I don't plan on building anything up here, so they'll just happily continue to plant. They also clear the stone and iron that is in the way for them to replant as well, which is why you'll see he's gotten 4 stone and 3. That's basically just clearing the way to plant. Oh, okay, that's good to know. I wasn't entirely sure when I started my last game, which I'm playing offline single player, which I probably won't go back to with this going. So I migrated halfway across the map just to get on the main river. Okay, I'm getting to the point where I'm expecting people to start dying of old age, I do believe. Do we have any 50s yet? 52 years old. Maybe a couple in the 50s. Just one? How's he aging faster than everybody else? 46, 52, 46. 46. I didn't have anybody die. Nope. Okay. Hey, we're up to 5 students though. Okay. So I think I am going to consider the parish next. Town services. Now, I really want a town hall. That takes 124 stone. I probably need the quarry first. Parish house and the chapel are available. Provides happiness for the devout and a place to meet and worship. Place of worship for small communities. I presume it provides happiness as well. It's a smaller building. Let's leave room for a cemetery next to it. So we're going to go with the smaller one. I've got plenty of materials already available for it. And we'll kind of put that up and then monitor our happiness over time and see if it does improve the happiness. I suspect it should. I said we'll build a cemetery next to it once that is done. We'll need more stone though because the cemetery is a stone hog. Got some being harvested. I probably need to consider a quarry, and the quarry will probably be... Oh Lord, I'm supposed to be growing to the south, the main village. So I think the quarry is going to have to be... Maybe I can fit the quarry in here. Let's take a look. No, I didn't think so. Okay, I could fit it up here. So that's probably where the quarry is going to go. 80 wood and 40 stone. So I don't need too much for that. I really would like to have a couple more laborers before. Yes. Education makes the workforce more efficient. So that's why I said between my first generation, you start with educated first generation. Between the first generation and the second generation, once the first generation dies off, I'm going to have an efficiency hit. But once the third generation is going to be partially educated because some of them are already out in the workforce. But the late third generation and the fourth generation on is all going to be educated. And so my efficiency will pick up again to match what it is pretty much now. I mean, I have some second generation uneducated workers out there, quite a few actually. But I still have enough first generation workers to cover the gap. But there will be a fall off in efficiency in between those generations until this generation and future generations get through the school. And it looks like you could have 24 students at a time in a school maybe. Looks like I'm about 25% filled. I used to know what the numbers were, but whatever numbers I used to know might have been changed anyway in various rebalances they've gone through. So yeah, the quarry will fit really nicely up here. I still have room on the rivers for fishing, some more fishing huts. Probably build another fishing hut. Was there... on this side of the lake. I might be able to fit one here. Okay, more children board. Okay, I might be running into a food crunch here. Here we are late autumn, and we're down to 60 stored food. Now we still have plenty of food to harvest, and I presume all the houses are full. That's got plenty of food. That's got plenty of food. I did say that when I built that house that I built across the river, that my food would probably tip the balance on my food. Plenty of food in all of the houses. So I don't have to worry about it yet. The surplus should be replenished here shortly. Looks like I can bring some more herbs over. Let's go ahead and take it straight up to 200 herbs. $200 herbs, 200 tools, and just a bit of iron or stone or something will allow me to buy a seed if the next trader happens to have one, or maybe a cattle product or something. Now, some of the new buildings in the mod include like a dairy farm, I believe it was. Not a dairy farm, but a dairy, so that you actually make use of the cows. Let's see, where is it? Food. There's a bakery as well, so you can use, there's the dairy, makes buttercream and cheese from milk, and then I presume the bakery uses buttercream cheese as well as wheat. And the bakery makes breads and cakes of different nutritional value. So if you get a high value, like pumpkin bread, I'm just throwing something out there, pumpkin bread might be a very high nutritional value, which means what takes 50 herbs might take 5 pumpkin bread or something like that to satisfy the hunger needs. So we'll be interested to see how that works once we're able to get that going. And yeah, I think I'll be able to build another fisher over there. How are our hide coats doing? We're not able to keep enough hide coats quite yet. We need another hunter to work, and that was where the next laborer was going to go, was the hunting lodge, and then an apiary will be next. Apiary, from what I've understand, is a fairly good source of food. Okay, that student's 15 years old, so a couple, we'll have our first graduates next year. What do we have here? Our trader, good, our trader moved in over here, as I had hoped. We only have one trader, right? What do we have? We have one builder, which right now is a laborer, 4 laborers, 3 gatherers, 2 fisher, 1 hunter, 1 woodcutter, 2 foresters, and our foresters got less than 100 wood this time, only 67 wood this year, although we've got more coming. Oh, look at all those children born, and another student. 1 herbalist, 1 blacksmith, 1 tailor, 1 trader, 1 teacher. Okay. Do we need to... Oh, that one's not built yet. I was going to say we probably need to... I forgot. We're going to need to probably put a... I don't know if it's the cleric that goes in there. Might not need anybody in this building. I presume we do, but... I might not need any. Now the monk is a nifty one too. Monk you put in a... what is it? Where's the monk go? Monk. I forget what building the monk goes in. In the parish house? I know it goes in the temple, but I'm not sure if the same one goes in the parish house, in the chapel. I mean, we'll find out here in a minute. Probably, if somebody is required, it probably is that. Oil press, gatherer, hunter, windmill, watermill, fishing dock, pasture, orchard, apiary, bakery, sugar. Oh, I know where it is. Monk is in the alcohol production. Inn and garden, brewery, winery, distillery, curing barn. Okay. Where's the monk at? Contemplates existence. Okay, we'll find out. Could, yeah, I thought the monk was used in one of the alcohol productions, but I don't know. We'll find out here shortly. Yeah, you can grow tobacco now, and there's a curing barn for that. All sorts of nifty new buildings in this mod. Nope, it's a cleric still. And it looks like it can serve 75 a village of 75 maybe, it looks like, before they outgrow it. So we'll watch our happiness for a while. Okay, we're up to 374 food. So we ended last winter at 600 food. So it looks like we took a little bit of a drop. 406. It's still growing because people are still dropping off food. 460. So we probably still stable on our food production, because a huge chunk of it obviously went when the house was first built. They won't take as much over time as they took initially. So we're pretty close to still being stable on food with that extra house built. And I don't think we have any more. Let's see, there's a student. Now the students do marry. You can marry off the students. I tend to try not to do that unless I have an overabundance of adult males and no adult females. Then I might put another house up. But right now we have one laborer, 2 laborers, but they're both male. So yeah, no need to build any other houses. 54 years old. How much stone do we have? I don't think we have enough stone for the cemetery at this point. Let's take a look. Actually, that doesn't take as much stone as I thought it did. There we go. So we'll put our cemetery next to the parish house there. Reserve of firewood is low. Oh, there went our food. Our food just completely disappeared. 500 all at once. Now, people are still putting food back in, but okay, I might be wrong about our food being stable. I have to watch it very carefully because a whole bunch of people just come and grab food, it looks like. Several houses or something, I don't know. Oh my God! They're pigs. Look at this. This house has 250, 300, and almost 400 food in this house. A family of 5, but still. This family of 5 only has about 120 or so. This family of 5 has 120 or 130 or so. It's like they went and they grabbed all of the venison they could find. Okay, end of the year, and we end with 20 food. Yeah, okay, that we might not quite be as stable as I had thought we were. We'll watch the near term here. We should have food dropped off. We're out of firewood. We're out of food. We're out of logs. Oh, that's bad. Being out of logs is probably not optimal. Let's see, what did we harvest? 800, 2,000, 2,600, roughly 3,000 food harvested. That sounds a little bit low for this size right now. So, like I said, the next student to graduate becomes a hunter, and we're just a couple seasons away from a... We should have 3 graduates this year, it looks like. Three, maybe 4 if Indy graduates on time. Yeah, especially, like I said, we had 500 food and then it just completely evaporated. Looked like one or two trips, 1 or 2 houses just came and grabbed it all. We had gone from 410, 380 to 410 to 460 was the last value that I had seen, and that was at the start of early winter, start of late winter. It was in winter time. We had 500 food. It looked like we had more than enough. Okay, so we have our cemetery because I'm expecting unfortunate deaths here. 55 years old. The earliest I've seen old age deaths was right around 56. I've seen some 88-year-olds, I think, is the highest age I've seen. And again, it's been a while since I played, so I don't know if they've changed that through various balance patches they've had. So we'll just have to play that by ear. Okay, so Hunter's going up next with the graduate, and then the next building is the apiary. We're going to see exactly how efficient the apiary is. I've heard that it's a fairly efficient food source, and of course you can use it to create candles as well. And I don't know how the candles, what the candles are, whether they give a little bit of warmth to houses, whether they increase happiness. I don't know. Let's see if it actually says on the beeswax production here, or the candle production. I think it's under resources. I think it just says that used to make candles out of beeswax or whale blubber. It really doesn't say what the candles do. I'll probably have to check that out. I'm sure it's in the mod description. Okay, we've got some wood again. Got firewood. We're still low on food. Now, part of it being low on food right now might also just be transport issues. I am down to 3 laborers. Well, I've got a builder, I've got 6 laborers. Most of them are probably chopping wood right now, but food transportation might be, like there's some fish over there on the dock, might be an issue. Could be. Like I said, I might have to check the description out. But I'm not building the apiary for the beeswax yet. I'm building it for the honey. Of course, I don't know if they can eat the honey straight up, or if the honey is just used in later production as well. I don't know. We're going to find out. If it turns out that it is not as useful, then we'll just take away any of the beekeepers. But we got to wait till we get our first graduates. We are now up to 33 people in this small hamlet. I think that's about the best term I can call it right now, is maybe a hamlet. It's probably a little bit more than a villa. Stone is okay. Iron is okay. Wood is really my... I wonder if these trees aren't doing any good down here. Now I can also bridge across here a little bit and grab some of these trees and use this as some mining areas in the long term. Whoa. Not quite ready to do that yet. Still using it to store firewood and tools. I could tear it down. I said the market's going to go in here. It doesn't take up all that room. I don't know if there's any room to build anything on the far side of the market once I do. Marketplace. Oh, it's bigger than I remember. Oh my. Much bigger than I remember. It's going to have to go here probably, which means I'll just have to take away part of the road and route it around. Much bigger than I remember. Let's see, what do I need for that? Can I make it, first of all? Winery, brewery, possibly. I don't know. Could be that once I or was that one of the originals? Was meat one of the? No, because honey wasn't in the game originally, so it couldn't be one of the originals. We'll find out. That's certainly on the list of semi near term. Oh, hey, we got a trader. Trader. What do we have to trade? Hey, our first seed. Okay, pause it. Let's see if we can get enough trade value here. I don't have enough tools here yet. I'm short by quite a bit. Didn't I? Oh, nope, I didn't tell him to break the tools. Let's get some tools over here quickly. 200 tools, that should be enough. 200, that's 1600. And 800 is 2400. Yeah, if I can get the tools here quickly, then let's increase the number of traders. If I can get the tools there quick enough, we can get our first crop. And welcome. Who just joined? Mr. Anonymous. No names attached. Welcome. So let's hopefully we can get some tools here quickly. And I see tools coming. That's going to change my plan a little bit. Nope, we got 200 tools there now. Oh, we don't have 200 tools there yet. Never mind. Tools still coming in. It's going to change my plan a little bit. I think the next graduate is going to... It's summer. I don't want to plant a crop in summer. So the next graduate is still going to go to the hunter's barn, but I think rather than building the apiary, I'm going to save the laborer for the crop farm. Still don't have enough tools. Come on, bring... Oh, we're out of tools. Oh, we're going to be short. 270 short. Do I have anything else? I can bring more herbs over. They should be bringing herbs over. Yes, there's more coming over. Don't leave, trader. I want those seed. That seed. I can fill up with a little bit of firewood if need be. I only have 200 still. Oh, there we go, 2400. There were some tools en route. So we need 20 tools. Yay! We've got our first seed. Okay. While I'm thinking about it, time to up the fuel again as well because of the extra house. Okay, so the next graduate goes into the Hunter's Lodge. We got another student as well. Oh, we got another labor. I can turn the number of traders down. I don't need 3 traders here anymore. We got an adult. Who is it? Who's our first graduate of the school? Evelt. Where are you, Evelt? There you are. Edumacated. Yes. Okay, you're going to the Hunter's Lodge, however. The next one we will be saving for planting our first seed crop. Wasn't anything special, soybean, but we will be doing that. And in the meantime, we're building up our herb and tool stock for another trade. I think what I need to do over here is turn these back down though until we get tools for the citizens. Okay, so we've got our first capability of producing a crop. We need more food. Reserve of tools is low. Yeah, I know. Blacksmith is busy. Oh, we need more iron. Iron. There's some iron here. Okay, so we got our cemetery, our church. Oops, we're out of food in this house. Now we've got food coming in, so hopefully they'll be able to grab some of it. Got our cemetery, our church. We've got our school. We've got some additional people in the food industry. I'm not building anything anytime soon. I'm taking that builder out and putting him into... How many fishers do we have? Fishermen. We have 2 fishermen. Let's go ahead and add a 3rd fisherman. So we have 3 gatherers, 3 fishermen, 2 hunters. For now. Okay, our firewood is building, our logs are building. We're getting some iron. Some more iron being, some more firewood or logs coming down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plop down the first field, but I'm not going to actually start building it yet. Because I've only got, I took my builder off. Actually, I can donate the resources as well. So our first field. And I am hoping what I saw was right. Roughly 120 area is optimal for a single farmer. And we'll kind of find that out as we run through. I didn't realize I paused it as we run through. Okay, let's take a look. Are we about ready? 57 years old. 57 is our oldest. We need to consider getting a town center up here in the near future as well. A town hall, I mean. It's going to take a ton of resources, which we don't have at the moment. Okay, our supply of iron is low. I have iron selected to be harvested. I could prioritize that. I guess I will. Let's make sure we have enough iron here to keep the tool production going. Do I have to dismiss you by hand? Go away. I've already taken what you got. Okay, so we have... Okay, it doesn't actually take resources to build. You just have to actually dedicate the crop to it, which we'll hold off on. We're not putting a worker there anyway quite until spring. Got 8 students, 34 people. There's our second graduate, Gonza. Gonza graduated at 17. What age was she graduated at 17 as well, I believe. Okay, have a great evening, Synaptic. We'll see you next time. So Gonza graduated at 17, and he is a laborer. That is okay. We are out of food. Do we need to... You know what? We're going to toss him into the food production. Now we should be getting food thrown here in the barn any second now. Looks like some on the way. Yep, there was some. Let's make sure we have plenty. And there goes all the food. Hopefully it's somebody over here that was in a house that has no food. It is not. These people are going to starve because they are not able to grab the food that they need. Or are you going over there? No, you're the tailor. You live up here. Guys, leave some food for the starving. Okay, we got enough firewood now. This is going to be trouble. I can see it already. I think I see some food going to the barn. That's a tailor. There's food going to the barn. 22. Who lives here? The trader and Verley, a laborer. Finding food. Hopefully you'll grab some of that food while it is there. Go, 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 get it. Reserve of iron is low. There's still 32 food there. Go, 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 get it. Are you Verley? No, you're not Verley. Where's Verley? I lost sight of the hungry one. You're finding food. Good. There's still food there. There's still food there. Oh, there's more food there. What are you doing? You're carrying tools. Go get the food, damn you. And the food's gone. Oh, no. There's another house empty of food. You guys are hogging the food on me. You don't need as much food as you took. There's food in the barn again. Those of you that are hungry, go grab it. We're going to start having some people. Yep, there's death. The trader died. And the replacement trader is still hungry too, as is a child, probably from this house. Yes. What I need is, and there's another dead. Let's take the trader off trade duty for now. We're in trouble because the wrong people are taking food. They're hoarding it. Here comes more food to the barn. And there's a third death. That was the child. Oh, I do too. I love to sit on spare food. Unfortunately, we were sitting at 600 and some. Okay, that house no longer starving. Okay, there's one. Unfortunately, we dropped from 600 food to 0 food in an instant, and we haven't recovered yet. We're working up to 1,000 food. We certainly were working up to it. Yeah, that's what happened. Somebody there was 600 food, and it disappeared into two households. And I've added an extra fisher, an extra hunter, and an extra gatherer. So we should. I mean, we were until we built that last house, we were slowly gaining food, and there was somebody taking more food to a house that had already. Okay, they don't have that much food there, though. But the one that's starving isn't getting it. That's the problem. And I know it's a ways away, and that's part of the issue. But there was somebody right there, the trader, who was in the house that was empty of food, was at the barn, picked up tools, and left the food there. And there was food at the time, and then he died shortly after. Okay, I see more food coming in. What I'm going to have to do is build a barn over here as well, and that will help alleviate the problem. But I'm running out of laborers to do it now. I'm down to 2 laborers. Plus a tailor who's got nothing to do. I've got no builders set up. I could turn the cleric off and have another laborer. I don't want to turn the blacksmith off because we don't have enough spare tools yet. Got enough spare firewood, so what I can do is I can turn the fuel down to 175. That'll give me whoops. Really? Give me half a second because my laptop just decided to change web pages on me, so I'm reloading the chat. Give me a moment. Close the... I'll let the ad play. Yeah. For some reason, my laptop just decided to switch web page on me. How's my reforestation is looking? Okay there. There's still plenty of trees. I could maybe lose one. Let's do that. Let's lose one forester for an extra laborer. I'm not building anything anytime really soon. So I have 3 laborers. I have 5 laborers right now. I have food in the barn again. I no longer have food in the barn. God darn it. Leave the starving, grab some food. That one's a student too, trying to find food. Going to school. Student's going to die of starvation just before they graduate. There's food in the barn. Go grab it if you're hungry. Before somebody else does. Oh, here he comes. Maybe. Nope, you're not going for food. Oh, you are going for food. Where are you going for food? Going to the cemetery for food? Going to grab... Going to the cemetery to find food does not make a lot of sense. Got another adult. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a barn over here. I've got to help this side out. And they're just traveling too far. There goes the laborer, died of starvation. They're just having to travel too far to get food. By the time they get there, the food's gone. I'm producing more than enough, I think, especially with the depopulation we've had suddenly. Let's go ahead and there goes the student. Died just before they graduated. I said that would happen. Oh, this is ugly. Storage, barn, build. Having a barn here will help. I'll probably end up building a fishing hut over here as well. And we'll get the crop planted here shortly. I'll need a farmer to do that. Reserve of iron is low. I'm not worried about iron, am I? I don't think. Logs, stone. I need some more logs. Let's grab some more logs. Okay, we've had enough die off that we're at the same population level we were when we were growing food at the rate of about 200 a year. And we're about ready to hit old age deaths too, probably. Okay, we just hit a bit of a crunch. That last house triggered... It's either the last house that triggered it, or it's those uneducated second-geners. Loss of efficiency, because we've got a lot of those second and third generation people in the workforce now, so combination of those are what did it. I mean, we've got enough gatherers. I mean, we added a gatherer, a fisherman, and a hunter. We should have had enough food, but again, the generation gap might have some issues here, or have something to do with it. We'll get a barn over here, and I said that will help these people. Okay, they've got food. Oh my God, they got food over here. They got some fish. They're not starving. This one is, however. Now they're closer. They should be able to get food when it's available. There's food coming in, too. What might be the problem is I don't have enough general laborers to transport the food. The fish in particular has to be transported. The gatherers and the hunters move their own food, but the fish have to be transported, so that might be an issue. Yeah, once I plant the seed, it will help. That field size that I have should be. I mean, it'll take a full year for the crop to be harvestable, and but it should help. And like I said, part of the problem was I didn't have the people over here had to travel halfway across town to get to the barn, and by the time they got there, the food was gone. So that didn't help anything, which is why I'm building a barn over on the other side of the river right now. It'll certainly help. Okay, everybody has food now except for maybe this one is out again. And that one was temporarily out and got food, and more food over here. And of course the problem is this one's sitting on 200 food. They've only got 6 food. The balance of food is what the real issue is. They can't just grab 50. If there's a stack, they grab the entire stack. So if that stack happens to be 150 venison, they take it. If they need 30 and there's 2 stacks of 25, they take both stacks. Okay, we've got food. We've got food around. We've got food around again. I'm going to take the cleric off and put another laborer out in the workforce. I don't need the cleric right now. We've got 6 students still. We've only got 3 children. Oh, we just got another. We just got another adult, though. However, as well, and now we're starting to get educated people, so that will help things as well. I'm going to keep that laborer for the farm, and keep 4 laborers. Oh, I don't have a builder either. I'm not ready to build yet. I need more materials over here. I need more logs. Don't I have somebody chopping logs down here? I've got logs set to be chopped. Let's chop some logs a little bit closer to one of the stockpiles. You got one food, one house out of food, 2 houses out of food again. Food being transported, though, it looks like, so hopefully. Yep. Okay, that house has... Okay, houses that already have food just grabbed more food. Oh, we're going to lose more people. I've upped the number of food-producing people, and we should not be having this problem. The only thing I can see is it's the distance. And, of course, the hoarding. The hoarding does not help. Okay, what did he just drop off? He just dropped off... Oh, that's the herbalist, I guess. This looks like food coming in. That wasn't food coming in either. What the heck are you dropping off? There's food. And take the food right back out. Yeah, we're going to lose more people. Here comes more food in. And it's going to disappear right away. 16 food in, 16 food out. Damn you greedy bastards. You're greedy. Here comes more. That looks like herbs, though, not food. Yep, that was herbs. Need to get that barn built. We need to get a farm. I need a fishing. Once this barn is built, maybe the fishing hut, it's about the same distance. I don't think the fish will get down there either. Are there fish on the dock still? There's still fish on the dock waiting to be transported. Yeah, that is part of the issue. I need to build a fishing dock down here that can put food in this barn once it's complete. That'll help things on this side of town as well. Where are the people that live here? Are they by any miracle going to get food? Finding food. They just had a child too. Finding food. Okay, we have our first just get hungry. That's at least something. We got a little bit of time. Okay, let's put our soybeans down. Put a farmer to work there. And hope we have enough time. What do we still need? We still need logs here. Need to get that barn built. There's food in the barn. Go get it, hungry people. Where are you going? You're finding food. You're not finding food. Now you're cold and finding someplace warm. Go get the food. You're going to starve getting warm. You're my farmer too, aren't you? Yep, you are. You're going to starve getting food. Well, he's not educated, so maybe there's no food. And he died. My farmer died. Oh, this is getting ugly. This is starting to get ugly. But like I said, I think it was the addition of the one house and the fact that I had more second and third year laborers in the workforce being less efficient, and the child died, being less efficient at producing the food. I think it was a combination. So if you're in that generational gap with more uneducated workers in the workforce, yeah, you might be run into the same issue. Nope. What is this? Question mark on a citizen. Picking up resources, educated farmer. What are you doing with a question mark, farmer? You should be like hungry or farming or cold? Question mark. Citizens without jobs. Oops, I turned off the farm. Ooh, okay. I think I did that when I was... I've got a worker. I think I did that when I was trying to assign a worker. I guess. Okay, now what are you doing? The farm is ready to work. Oh, you're going to get something to eat. Of course you are. There's no food. What do I do? What do I do? There's food coming in, maybe? What are you carrying? You're working. You're carrying logs. Okay. You must be going to I need to get that barn done. That's where you're headed, is carrying logs over there. I need more workers. I have 6 students. I'm down to 3 children. I need just the one house that's having problems. Nope, there's a second house. Oh, they have food. We have food. We have food. 16 mushrooms. Okay, we can start farming now. There we go. What are you doing? Okay, you're farming. Doesn't look like you're doing anything. You're planting seeds, I guess. Okay, our farm is starting to get worked. Okay, we need... Yeah, and it hurts when you have like 4 60-year-old males die, leaving 4 50-year-old males females that stay unattached. At least if you have an old male and an old female die, sometimes they'll get together, freeing up a house for a younger generation. Okay, we have 2 houses now without food. We've got food coming in. Where's our huge production? What did our production dropped by 20%, This three gatherers used to gather 2,000 food. 4 gatherers are only grabbing about 1,500 food now. That is the efficiency loss of having uneducated people. Is that barn ready to be built yet? No, it's still short. 1 log. Okay, well, that'll be ready here momentarily. Yeah, because when we only had 3 gatherers, I clocked it at 2,000 food income. 4 gatherers, 1,500 it looks like. So that is what happened. The efficiency curve just caught up with us. Okay, let's get that barn built. Do we need 2 builders on it? And we're going to put 2 builders on it whether we need it or not. Temporarily have no laborers other than the spare tailor and blacksmith. Okay, temporarily down to 1 house. And it's one of the closer ones, so they'll have less of a problem getting food. And there's a chunk of food just went in and went back out. Child born. Let's get those children back up down to 28. Yeah, of course. So our leather hunter grabbed 200 venison in that batch, so we should get another, and we have 2 hunters there now, so in theory we should get 500 or 600 venison this year from that pair of hunters. Get the barn done so I can put people back on labor. And I said I'm probably going to build a fishing hut right here as well. And then some of these fishers folk will move down here. And the fish that are caught here will go to this barn. So in theory, I shouldn't have that hunger issue. Of course, the farm is also working. And it looks like they're going out to plant some more. So we probably won't have a full harvest this year, obviously, because of the issues that we had. But next time around, we'll get some. Hey, we got a trader. We can trade for some food. We're going to trade for some food, assuming he has some. Mead. I want food, not mead. It really isn't worth buying. It'll increase happiness slightly, but really, no. The one time I would have bought food. Hello, Nippa. The one time I would have bought food, there's no food on the merchant. Oh my. One catastrophe after another. Looks like he's going to have a full field planted. I just don't think it's all going to come ripe in time for a full harvest. Hey, we've got a stockpile of food. Looky there. It hasn't disappeared right away. Maybe we've turned a corner here. Oh, it's gone. And there's still 2 houses needing it. Nope, more food coming in? Nope. Come on, finish this barn. I'm going to go ahead and plant that next fisher as well. Let's get some food in this barn. Yeah, that mine was going that way, so. We'll get some food in this barn via the fisher and the farmer. And we won't have to worry about this one as much because there'll be some close food, and these are actually equidistant, so they can grab from either. We've got 4 starving people. Where's all the food at? Where's my gatherers? There's food coming in. Oh, 122! 122! 22! Still 22. Get more food in there. Oh, we had 1 die. 0. Only 1 starving, or 1 empty house there. 2 starved. No laborer is available to replace Kalia. Great. We're out of laborers. Okay, let's make sure we have at least 1 laborer here. There we go. The barn's done. No more builders yet. Okay, so we'll get the resources over here, but we'll hold off on building. So that barn will hopefully catch some food for that house to get. There's another one dead. And it was a gatherer. Lesilia has replaced. Do we have a educated gatherer? And blacksmith dead. We're dying left and right. Okay, educated gatherer. That will help maybe. Oh, this is ugly, 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 ugly. I don't need to have that open right now. We have 2 fishermen, 2 hunters, 4 gatherers. Let's get some of these crops harvested. That will help. We need to wait another season. 0 food. Still, okay, just the 1 house without food. Maybe we can get through this year with a crop coming in. You know what? Take the forester off duty for now and turn him into something else. Are we harvesting? Are we ready to harvest? What are you doing? What are you doing? Harvesting! We're harvesting food! We're harvesting our first crop. Eat it! Pick it up and eat it! You're not starving. Put it in the barn so somebody who lives here can grab. Oh, you're the only one that lives here now. You're all by yourself. Okay, well, at least you have a local source of food. You should put it in your house. Don't put it in the barn. Put it in the house. Idiot. Somebody's going to come steal it. All of those houses have food. All of these houses have food. Okay. As long as the farmer's smart enough to grab some food before everybody else does. The problem is still the distance that this house has to travel to get the food over here. They walk over there. They walk halfway across town. They spend their entire time walking across town, and by the time they get there, the barn's empty. They walk all the way back, do something. They walk all the way back over, and in the meantime, the house just isn't getting filled, and the barn's getting emptied of the food that he's picking. Instead of taking it, putting it in the barn, picking it up, putting it in his house, he's letting everybody steal the food that he's harvesting. Let's prioritize this fishing. Get some materials over there, and then I'll assign a builder real quick. Oh, we got an extra laborer. I'm going to turn that extra laborer into a farmer, and hopefully the 2 of them can harvest this field. Oh, maybe it's not actually ready for harvest yet, now that I look at it. He didn't harvest anything that I can see. So maybe that farmer was actually doing something else. I'm going to take that back down, because normally you don't start harvest till autumn. 100 food, 40 food. Are you grabbing it, farmer? Farmer John? Farmer whoever you are? Are you grabbing food? Go get food. You're picking up resources. Don't pick up resources. You need to go to the barn and waylay the first person carrying food. Okay, let's get that built. That's what he was doing, is he was picking up something over here. He wasn't harvesting. Late summer, we're almost ready to harvest that. Yes, it would. You're absolutely right, it would. Unfortunately, they don't do that. Let's keep an eye on this guy here. He's carrying firewood now. Well, I guess he might need that at some point. Early autumn, harvest. I'm going to put 2 people on harvest here. Hey, he's got food in the house. He doesn't have food in the house. What the heck? House isn't hungry, but he doesn't have any food in the house. Yes, if I remember correctly, it does. And it might be something worth considering to lower the number of houses that we have right now actively. Let's see what we have. We have a bunch of houses with just single people, and male. Let's see if I can find something with 3 single males. If I had a single female house somewhere, that would be ideal, but if I kick somebody out, they'll just die because there's no house for them to move into. So, yeah, that's not an option right now. Nope, not an option right now. Okay, we're harvesting food. There's 84 soybeans. Yes, we have food. 84 soybeans gone, but it's in one of the houses that needed it. Oh my gosh, 84 soybeans. We just solved our food problem with 1 crop field. Now I imagine they have a relatively low nutritional value, but still, 84 is a lot. And we're going to be able to harvest this whole field, it looks like, as well. Where's my builder at? Okay, they started building. Okay, I think our food crunch has just been passed. Now we just need to rebuild the population. We dropped down to 24. Oh my. That hurt. That was painful. 100 soybeans. Okay. Let's watch this barn fill up. Okay, we don't need 2 farmers. One's going to be enough to harvest that entire field easily. Let's get the fishery built. Like I said, that'll divide the fisher people in between the 2 docks, and that'll make just one more close to this barn as well. I'll probably cut back the number of fishermen. Actually, damn, with that much soybeans coming in, we're going to wait till the farm is completely harvested here. And we should have 500-600 in soybeans maybe, I'm guessing. Plus the other food. I'll probably drop back. Oh, hey, these fish came from over here down to here as well, so that's good. That barn will start getting food. This barn will start getting food from the gatherers and hunters. Speaking of which, how's our hunter doing? Up to 360. Probably have one more hunter harvest as well. 210. You the farmer? You are the farmer. An uneducated farmer, however. Okay. Speaking of which, we're down to 2 students, but we just got two laborers there. Guadalis and Gonza. Yeah, that's always something you can do in the mid stages of the game, as I store food there, and then if I run into a sudden crunch, I have an emergency reserve. But I haven't been to the point where I could do that yet. Okay, extra laborer. What do I do with an extra laborer? Nothing yet. We've got enough firewood. We still have 156 stored food. Means there's some over here now? Yes. Okay. It's still only autumn, and that field is mostly harvested. Oh, it's some of the food's starting to die. It's not being harvested. Okay. I thought, evidently, well, of course, that farmer had to travel some as well. Theoretically, one house next to a field can service a field size of approximately 120 is what I was catching in one of the other streams. And of course, some of that food got planted late as well, and it's an early snow, so that might be affecting the harvest. And we're down to 36 stored food. We still have some being harvested though, so we'll be okay. 54 stored food plus what we're getting here. Got a student, got a birth. That will help start repopulating, and some of the soybeans are still dying. 104, 74. More soybeans being harvested here and going. Where are you going? Where are you going? 63 years old, going to get something to eat. You're harvesting soybeans. Just eat them. So far, 500. And we've lost some due to the weather. Probably yields 750 or so. No merchant stopped by yet. Yikes. Yeah. You don't have to have the trading post manned. You just have to have it built, I'm pretty sure, so that shouldn't be an issue. Said I built it a little earlier than I normally do. I normally get the school first and the cemetery, sometimes the quarry, before I build my before I build my trading post. But I went ahead and decided to build it earlier. Okay, we got the extra. Looks like we've got 2 working there. Should only have 2 total. Let's add 1 fisherman. No, that takes us down to 1 laborer. No, we'll keep it at 2 fishermen. Every house should have plenty of food right now. Everybody's hoarded everything. There's 150-ish. There's 100-ish. There's a whole hell of a lot there. That's 150 at least. Okay, you've got 60 some, but you're a single family house. Oh my God. Talk about hoarding. Okay, you do have 5 in the family there, so okay. Single family has 38 venison. You've got 70, 80, 50, and 90, 75. Okay, the field's done. I'm going to take 2 farmers off and add 2 fishermen for the winter. We're going to juggle these like I normally juggle the tailor and blacksmith in the early game. We're certainly not getting enough coats manufactured. I might need another hunter's lodge as well, which would help food production as well as the tailor. In the meantime, we're not quite catching up to our tool requirement either. I have a reserve of 100 and we only have 18. We're out of iron. That would be a problem. Why didn't you tell me we were out of iron? Bunch of iron there. Of course, we only have 2 laborers. We have 4 laborers. We don't need a builder right now. We have 5 laborers right now. 6 laborers because we're at our limit of firewood as well. So we have 6 spare laborers. That should solve some of our issues. We got 244 food. I think that getting that crop probably saved our village. How many did we lose? Look at that cemetery. I need another cemetery. They were supposed to be my quarry workers. And we still have some old guys. 58, 64, 53, 40. So we only have 3. Oh wait, I think you're old too, aren't you? 42, not that old. Okay, so we only have 3 that are in danger of dying in the next natural death in the next 2 years. So we're okay there. Unfortunately, single, all single males too. Okay, we're getting some fish in here as well, which is exactly what I wanted that dock there for. This barn's going to be mostly for the gathered venison and berries and stuff. Okay, we can do this. We can survive. Yeah, they won't, but they'll also get unhappy faster. And that's the last thing I need is unhappiness compounded by ineptness from being uneducated. Which is why I normally get that cemetery in the first 5 years, because once the first generation start dying, if you have unhappiness and the uneducated workforce, you're really in trouble. Okay, we have some of the iron being harvested now. That'll put the blacksmith back to work. The herbalist is still busy collecting herbs. We have no traders, no farmers right now. We'll wait till the end of late winter to put the farmer back on duty. And one farmer was easily able to plant the field. Unhappy idiots, yes. Unhappy, unhealthy idiots, how's that? I'm not sure exactly that health actually affects efficiency, however. But it could, and if it did, that would just triple your woes. So unless something amazing comes on the next merchant, we're going to have to bypass. We're not going to have enough stuff to sell. Hey, look at that. We've got 500 food again. Right where we were at the end of last winter before 600 of it disappeared all in one swoop. Yeah, I think it's safe to say I think we're over the initial emergency. It only cost us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 deaths this year. That's all. Okay, let's go ahead and put a farmer back in since it's late winter. We want to make sure he gets an early start. What we need is this to become a farmer, so I think this fishing hut gets turned off temporarily. And you become a farmer, hopefully. Where's the farmer? Let's do this. Crop field. Can't go to the worker here. You're a laborer. Let's turn this off and back on. And yes, okay, we got a farmer here right next to the crop field. That's where we wanted him. That's where we want him.